What is going on, everyone? My name is BoIt and I am back with some more Age of Titans action. Spawning in the right of the map in the red colour, playing Kronos from Team LNC. His name is Velite. His partner today in the teal colour, playing Kronos as well, is also from the Team LNC, is Im0nFiR3. Their opponents today in the green colour, playing Set from the Team DoD, is TheMista. His partner today in the blue colour, playing Zeus, is Magyar. This is the finals, I believe, of the RTSL tournament. As we do see that the map is Mediterranean. So this is the first game of a best of 3, I do believe, and these players basically are their best players in their clan. We do see that Magyar, the legend, is playing in this game. TheMista, the one who is clearly dominating the scene at the moment. And, well, I mean, LNC is just... They're a strong clan. They play a lot of team games. They're very team game orientated, and they're very strong. Nothing to take away from them just because their opponents are such famous names. BoIt, to his own right, is also a very, very strong player with an Atlantean and with random gods. I'm not exactly sure who Im0nFiR3 is. I might find that out later and pop that into the description box below. But yeah, we'll see what goes on. This is going to be a very interesting matchup, just because it's a mirror team game. Like, they're both Kronos, so that you can see some very interesting teamwork with time shifting buildings and junk like that. Yeah, it can be a little bit special, just some of the team game oriented things that you can come up with. Whereas the opponents, TheMista and Zeus and Magyar, just called Magyar Zeus because he's such a god. They might come up with something that's a little bit more, meshes a little bit differently. You can't do exactly the same thing. Like, you have to adjust your build to fit with your teammate. So we do see some. It looks like Mister's doing some form of fast advance. He's only chucked 2 villagers onto the gold. He's only put 2 villagers onto the wood. It's actually 3 villagers on the wood, so he might be doing 3 dock, 430 sort of strategy. Magyar, on the other hand, is already building his temple. He's put 5 villagers on wood, so he's probably doing another 430 thing as well. It looks as though Velite, however, it looks like he's probably going to be doing a later advance as well. So we're not going to be seeing any rushes this game, unfortunately. No exciting junk like that, but we'll probably see. Actually, I don't even think Kronos rush is going to be a good idea on this map against Set, because, like, as we see here, these bears are going to be very strong. So basically, what Teal and Red have to do, if they feel like it, is basically just Kronos rush Magyar, and we do see that. What's his name? Velite casting deconstruction onto a dock there. Now, you might think that does nothing because it gives the resources back to Magyar, but it means that Magyar effectively is not going to have any of these fishing ships dumping their resources for quite some time. But as we do see, 25 food sitting in that one, going to be 25 food sitting in that one, so it's going to be a little while before they get back up. And guess what? We have another deconstruction probably going to come in straight away, but Magyar sniffing that out right away, throws up that second dock. Very smart play by Magyar, and as we're going to see this extremely quickly, I think. And Magyar quickly just trying to dump those resources into the dock before it gets deconstructed. It's a little bit cute there. And here we go, that dock going back up. So, well, okay. I thought that was going to be interesting. I think what happens with the dock is when it deconstructs is you can still dump resources into it. So what you can do is when it gets deconstructed, you can force drop the food and then pop it back in. So interesting strategy from LNC, trying to make that Magyar early economy going down a little bit. And we do see him going through the classic lace through Athena, his partner, TheMista going through Tar. We do see Im0nFiR3 going through Prometheus, and I'm going to guess, yeah, Prometheus by Velite as well. Velite's throwing this early temple down as well, and he's shifted it up, and he's going to start pumping out Prometheans. He's going to try and take out this dock. We do see a high set over here by DoDs. TheMista trying to just hold on, but I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to hold off this rush. This rush is nothing that Magyar's not expecting. He's probably going to get out Jason right away. If we see, he's got the Jason queued up, going to be able to defend with that, going to get out some triremes, going to probably garrison a fishing ship into the dock just to defend against the early rush, and we're probably going to see a shifting sands from TheMista if I haven't already missed that. Nope. He's probably going to shift some of these villages. This Pharaoh going to be taking out one of those citizens if he's not careful right there. On fire, he's going to be trying to stop that, but we do see Mr. Shifting. Whoa! What a shifting sands, grabs 2 villages and grabs the Promethean. That's massive. Holy shit. Really exceptional use of shifting sands there. Picking up 2 citizens kills this early in the game is going to set TheMista so far in front of IM0nFiR. However, this is what we have to watch right here, is this little micro battle going on here. Magyar is known for his micro, so he can really bully Velite with it, but he does have the boat advantage here. We do see a stray cabinet going to be picked off there, or at least going to lose a lot of HP. Yep, gets picked off. We do see Bolt getting cast on one of those biremes, and looks like Magyar going to be able to hold on. Not going to deal too much pain there. And we do see that now Mr. has the rough time of dealing with that Atlantean early game. Remember, the biremes, that while they looks like they have more in number, they don't do as much damage. They've only got 5. They don't have as much health. They've actually only got 240, but they do produce much faster and are cheaper. So this is the trade-off. So you just have to be wary about what wins what. And it's kind of interesting how it works. And we do see that with good micro and good team play, the Atlanteans can really abuse this, because they've also got faster biremes, I believe. They got a speed of 7.25 to the normal boat ship of 6. So it's a very smart choice going Atlantean in this map in a team game. It's a big map and you're going to be able to abuse that speed very nicely. And then they're just going to back off and leave when Magyar comes over here, and maybe even move over to Magyar's base. So we do see a little bit of a raid going on here up at the top, going to be trying to pick off some of these villages, but there's this Jason here which is going to do fine, and this Odysseus as well, as this fight keeps on going. But fighting underneath these docks is not a great idea, just going to be losing a bunch of units. Magyar on the other hand, losing a couple of boats there for free, could have microed them a little bit better. Unfortunately he's probably busy with this thing up the top. And we do see a really nice raid going on here in the middle of the Kronos player's base with the Pharaoh and the Wadjet and the Priest. Really good use of multitasking skills by TheMista. Just abusing the fact that he's set and he can do so much stuff. Gonna lose that Wadjet though if he's not careful. I do believe that those oracles are fast enough to catch up. And it looks like, yep, there you go, losing that Wadjet, but I believe the Priest and the Pharaoh are going to be able to get out of there relatively unscathed. We do see a little bit of a micro battle going on over here. Again, Magyar pulling back those boats which are getting damaged. It's a really strong micro technique. If you're new to this game and you don't understand how this game works, what these players are doing basically are, if one of their boats are taking the majority of the fire, they pull them back, and that means that the boats aren't taking any damage, and so on and so forth. And you just keep doing that, and the person who does that the best generally wins. That is to say, if they have good enough economy to continue producing boats. Obviously, if you can't produce any boats, you can't do that, and you're going to get outproduced. It's going to be very hard to win with no boats. So, yeah. Anyhow, as this game goes on, we do see these biremes just going to be running around a little bit. Again, Magyar pushing his advantage. He still has restoration, I do believe. So yep, he's going to be able to use that if he needs to. Again, look at that, pulling that boat back right when it takes the damage. So extremely good micro by Magyar. He very rarely skips a beat, and if you ever do get the pleasure of playing him, like, it's just one of those things which is just like, oh, I don't know, I can't do anything, and you just get really frustrated. I don't know if that makes sense, but like when you play someone who's like ridiculously good, like, and you're just like, I can't do this. You're just like bashing your keyboard and stuff like that. It's like, yeah. But when you beat them, you're like, I'm godly. And you're like, yeah. That's... Anyhow, really aggressive play here by TheMista and Magyar. I don't know if this is a good idea. Fighting in this choke with the docks really doing a lot of damage here. I believe that Velite's going to be able to hold on to this attack. Magyar's not going to be losing his boats. It's just going to be TheMista. So TheMista's going to be it's going to be hurting a little bit, but I'm not sure if it matters that much at this point. Actually, yes, there's so many boats by LNC, Im0nFiR. So this is actually pretty bad. That was a really bad attack by the MithIc and Magyar. They weren't microing their boots to dodge the arrows, and they weren't microing them back, and like they had the choke point, but they weren't using their micro for their advantage, and LNC Velite was able to hold on. Now they're going to be pushing into Magyar's base, but again, these players keep fighting underneath the docks. I don't know if it's a good idea. I mean, they do have the advantage, but with restoration, there's no way that he's going to be able to push him through here. Magyar's going to get all of those boats back to full HP, and all of the team LNC is going to be hurting right now. They're going to be hurting. MithIc now going to be retreating away. I do see second town center going up for the Magyar. I was going to say the MithIc, but I said the Magyar, that's right. I didn't screw up too badly. I wouldn't be surprised to see if the Kronos players start grabbing those town centers. Probably going to be about, yeah, there we go. He's running those villages over there in anticipation. We do see LNC on Im0nFiR grabbing that town center. We do see DoD's Magyar getting town center, so we already got it. Velite doesn't quite have the resources to, been spamming too much, and I wouldn't be surprised to see if Mr. decides to grab that town center as well. He doesn't have the gold yet because he's been spamming so hard, but he does have the amount of villages to get that gold when he needs to. He has the food as well, which is the most important thing. So as you find, you normally have too much. When I say it's the most important thing, obviously it's not. It's only 100 food compared to 400 gold. But what happens generally is you get to the 400 gold and you're like, oh, I don't have the 100 food to build town center, because you're producing villages and you're producing other food-based things. Anyhow, he's going to have those resources and he's going to be able to build that town center. And it looks like he's got them now. He's got villages close to the town center, but it looks like he's choosing not to get it just yet. I'm just going to be continuing to pump out those thingamabobbies, you know, those ships. They are called thingamabobbies now. That's what we're going to call them. In any case, more pressure coming on here into this choke point. There's so many boats here. Like, you underestimate the amount of boats here, but I don't think Magyar is going to be falling for that trick again. Waiting for them to come out, only taking damage from one of those one of those docks. But we do see some army out here now for the Red Kronos player, BoIt. He's going to be now moving over here and trying to pick off villages and raid a little bit and do all the sneaky shenanigans. And I don't know if... Oh, he's grabbing the town center. I don't know if he's going to be able to keep that up, because if BoIt knows, which I believe he does, he's going to be able to come over here and stop that right away. But there are a couple of heroes here and one Hippocon, so he might be able to hold on to that. But they do a relatively good amount of damage, so like two shots from the Thermo is going to be very strong. I don't know why he's trying to pick up this Jason when he could just simply hit and run. I guess he's going to be microing a little bit, but we do see that due to that micro, oh no, Magyar focusing on the fight over up here. He's actually managing to screw up a little bit with his water micro, but that not to matter there. He's so far ahead on the water that his sheer amount of ships is going to be overwhelming. We do see a couple of fishing ships getting picked off by BoIt. This is like what you do when you're behind on water. Like, you know you're not going to win water, but you have to make the most of it. So you treat it as if it's on land, and I like to stress this because I think it's really important. People micro so much on water, but they always forget that you can do the same things on land. Like, you can micro on land and you can raid on land, and if you don't have a strong enough army to fight them, why fight them? Like, why do you have to? You can run them around and you can do things that you wouldn't have to normally do, and prolong your defeat, in which case you can merge to land at a better point, as we do see DoD's TheMista reaching the heroic age through Nephthys as he casts Ancestors onto that town. I don't know if stopping the... I'm pretty sure BoIt could have got that town center up. Like, it was going out very fast, and Ancestors takes a little while to kick in before you get them all up, and I reckon he could have got it up. But he managed just to save the villages instead, and we do see a Leviathan out now. It's going to be very hard for the LNC team to win on the water, and we do see that this town center did get up for Magyar. Magyar now going to be pushing through, going to be able to build villages from everywhere. If we check his resources right now, he's actually booming up to 20 villages on food, 20 villages on wood, and 10 villages on gold. It's around about now that you really want to get those gold myth units out, but you're not going to get them till the mythic age anyway, so I mean, it's going to be a little bit of wasted gold there, because he's got to spend so many resources on food for villages and wood for farms and buildings and junk like that. TheMista on the other hand, still sitting on one town center, as I'm trying to make my words make sense rather than not make sense. I'm a terrible caster. Anyways, TheMista now finally grabbing that second town center and third town center, so he's going to be able to kick up that production capacity and really and really start doing some serious damage to his opponent. And I don't think that at this point LNC can really do much to win this. They might have to double rush Titans at the moment. He's gonna have to give up this forward town center as well. So this is not really looking very good for LNC's position. They've lost water, they've lost land, well, they've lost control of the land, which is what you kind of don't want to happen when you lose water. And now basically what they're trying to do is raid on the water to keep the economy of the opponents sort of in gear, like in check. But it looks like a little bit of a fight going on here. Magyar trying to get this town center up, but I don't think it's going to happen. He's going to have to retreat those villagers. A little bit over anxious there by Magyar, trying to get some of those villagers out. Army out right there with a Hippicon and Toxito. He actually does have two stables back here, which is not producing from, which is a little bit silly. When you already have them, why not produce from them? Anyhow, he's still a little bit behind in terms of population because he doesn't have the food to be pumping out because he just got raided. So really smart play by BoIt, managing to pick off some stuff and do some stuff. Really nice play. But here's the story. It doesn't really matter what goes on over here. Magyar's not going to lose, that's for sure. But is LNC BoIt going to be able to hold on? And is Im0nFiR going to be able to beat TheMista? Because this is basically what, if you look at the score, and I don't suggest that you always look at the score, but in this circumstance, we see that Magyar's very far in front of BoIt, but Im0nFiR and Mista are very close. So if BoIt can hold on and Im0nFiR can push through and really do some damage to TheMista, then they can probably win this game, like in terms of like what can happen, because team games are very confusing, and often when you're ahead you're not actually ahead, and often when you're behind you can come back very easily. But we do see some nice micro there, picking off one Toxito for one Termite. Don't know if that's worth it, but whichever. Interesting stuff nonetheless. And we do see that Mr. hasn't been able to grab map control, and he's just producing units and trying to gear up to be able to defeat this Kronos player. He's going through Horus actually, so that's interesting to say the least. And this fight still keeps going on. I don't think that Magyar is really being able to push out here. Is he sitting at full population? He's almost sitting at full population, so he's just gonna continue to micro as best he can, pick off units as best as he can. He has a bunch of idle, when I say a bunch of idle villages, I'm saying 2 idle villages, and he's got a bunch of these triremes still on the water. So that's the biggest thing, and he hasn't bought a fortified town centers yet, even though he can afford it. He hasn't got an armory yet, as I hit Control R, and he hasn't got any armory upgrades. This is the one thing which, of everything that Magyar does correctly, this is the one thing which irks me about his play. He never really thinks about his armory upgrades. Like, he doesn't have any Toxitos upgrades, he doesn't have any Hippicon upgrades, and I don't know, I feel like he could do so much better. Like, he's already ridiculous. Like, it's not like what he does hurts him, it's just that, like, it just doesn't help him. Like, if he spent his resources in a way which would really help, would really make what he does better, like, he would just be this ridiculous player which everyone could mold their game after to like a T. Like, this is the one thing which he doesn't quite do, in my opinion. Everything else is perfect except for that one thing, and I believe if he got it, then there wouldn't be any other recorded game you had to watch. Like, you just watch Magyar's recorded games, as he's got so many buildings right now, he's spamming so many units, and DoD Mista hitting the heroic Mythic Age through Horus, going to have that tornado, going to be able to push through here in this army. All of those siege towers going to be very difficult for Im0nFiR to push through, and 2 Migdols right here, right in the front, slapping them into Im0nFiR's face, and Mista's just going like, yeah, what are you going to do now? I've got you in the palm of my hands, and there's nothing you can do about it. So we do see another little bit of a raid there on Magyar's fishing ships. He must get a little bit annoyed about that, but at the moment Im0nFiR a little bit distracted with this, not going to be able to micro that. Those ships might actually get picked off, as we do see a trader going down there. What did he trader? Oh, he got the... No, he didn't. What did he get? Oh, no. I don't know, but the tornado goes off now. Going to be picking off one of those what's they called, military barracks and a manor, and maybe even going to be getting that town center as well. Really nice tornado. Sometimes they're like the worst thing you can ever see. Oh no, it's not going to kill the town center. This is what I'm talking about. Sometimes it's the worst thing ever, and he just leaves it with that much HP. All he has to do, though, is send one of those siege towers over to deal with it, but it looks like he's not going to be able to do it. And he did manage to actually use the trader on the siege tower. I missed that. Anyhow, it looks like Magyar now pushing in here, continuing to do damage to LNC Velite. Doesn't want to let him back in the game in terms of like stuff, so he just keeps on flooding units because he has the macro to do that. He has the economy to do that. It's weird because I talk about macro and shit, but there's auto queue, so like in terms of macro, it's simply that he got the resources in the correct way. Like it's sort of like that, and we do see implode going on here, going to be able to keep LNC Im0nFiR from dying a little bit. But is that gonna? That actually might knock down that town center if he's it actually might knock down that town center. This is going to be hilarious. That town center is going to die. No, it's just out of range. Oh, that's unfortunate. That would have been hilarious. Just out of range. It would have knocked down that town center if he placed it like there instead of there. That would have been really funny. I think that Implode can take down your own buildings. I could be wrong. I probably am. It probably can't take down your own buildings. I'm probably a retard. It would have taken down that building if it did. Never mind. I'm an idiot. Don't mind me, as Mr. continuing to flood units in, flooding mercenary as well. A point in the game when his economy is very, very scary. He's probably got trade routes going there. He's got them on auto queue, so he's going to have a bunch of camels coming out, and there's just so much pressure he can put on with the mercenary because it's free population basically, and Magyar as well. Like he's in the heroic age now, going to be in the mythic age soon. Going to be able to pump out a bunch of colossi and get those myrmidons pumping out as well. Not that these medium hoplites aren't strong enough already. And there we go. He's finally getting some of those armory upgrades up as well. And look at that. His resources are now very slow. Like as soon as you get them up, then your resources get soaked up, and that's how you spend resources, on the right things. And when you have the right, when you're buying the right things, is what happens. Like your resources go down and good stuff happens. We do see the town center for LNC Im0nFiR does go down. He does get the Titan gate up though, so that's a little bit interesting. I don't think that's really going to matter though. There's so many units from Magyar and Mysta that even one Titan's not going to be enough. But Im0nFiR going to be very persistent, wants to get that up and see if he can somehow come back with the use of it. But again, as I say, like this game, like it's just been very, I don't want to say sloppy because they played really well. It's just been in the clutch of Mysta and Magyar. Magyar really played well, got ahead very far, and now they're just going to be sending units over here to stop this town center, this Titan gate getting up. And Velite managing to hit the GG button. It's actually the resign button, and Im0nFiR resigning. The score is now 1-0 for DoD's. Magyar and DoD's TheMista in the RTSL finals. I hope you enjoyed the game. I hope you enjoyed my commentary. If you did like it, please rate, subscribe, like my video, say hi to me online. Yeah, all the good stuff. You know, I'll see you guys next time.